Episode 11.
Episode 11. Because guess what? I've started to strategically, and Jamie has as well, manage our fluids before we go on the air so we can stop putting in pee breaks.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. By the way, this is Jamie going through puberty. That was a nice voice crack to start the...
I have voice crack too. It's okay, buddy. There's no shame here.
Hello. Like zoinks.
Real neighbors.
welcome to Real
And the
Neighbors.
fact that I can evoke it so easily just makes it worse.
Yeah, actually, I wonder if that's bad for your vocal cords to purposely crack them.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of things bad for you. Oh, well.
Yeah,
Do it anyway.
that's true.
That's your advice for the day.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
Live reckless.
Do it anyway.
Live reckless, people.
Guess what? Back in the shack. Back in the cabin.
Yeah.
Back in the woods.
We're back. We're
Wow.
back, baby. Yeah,
Wow.
we're here we are. We're back in the cabin.
It looks better than ever. It has a floor.
It
a
does.
fully functioning floor.
It does. There's no holes, there's no soft spots.
Oh, there ain't falling through any of this floor.
No. For anyone just tuning in, Austin fell through the floor. We usually film here in this cabin. Austin
We've been
fell
gone
through
for a month.
yes,
A full month.
yes, and we were in a she shed. if
Yeah,
you
we
will.
were in the she shed. We went
Yeah.
from the man cave to the she shed.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you ask me, they have a little too much sibilance
yeah.
in that word.
I hate it.
That I don't even know.
I hate the word.
Debauchery.
Yeah. So yeah, we always look for a shack to film this podcast in. And here we are. We're back in the shack.
And guess what? Jamie tried to turn on a heater like a little bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I said? Sorry. Noise floor.
Yeah.
Can't have that shit on my podcast.
Yeah, it's a little loud.
So you know what? Do what we do. We like pain and suffering. If it's not cold, if it doesn't hurt, then
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm doing this.
Exactly. Yeah. No pain, no gain.
That's another lesson.
Yeah.
But remember. I'm sorry,
No.
it makes me think of it sounds like DJ Khaled.
Wait, how?
Just the way he talks, just like no pain, no
Oh
gain.
yeah. He is like that, right? He's always talking like a philosopher,
like,
but it's really
sometimes-
dumb.
Sometimes there's this one time, and I remember because I don't have Instagram or anything, but
Yeah.
well, we do now a little bit, yeah. But at the
Our
time,
podcast
I
does.
would go out of my way to go check out his Instagram because he was lost at sea on a ski.
Yes,
DJ Khaled,
I remember
and I
that.
think the whole world was watching. As he's out at sea, just making Instagram videos about him being lost and not knowing where he is, and he's doing things like
Inspirational,
he's like, sometimes when you're lost at sea, you get afraid, but don't worry and remember, you're strong. You're gonna get out of this.
we the best.
Remember.
Wait, I just realized. I never really thought about this. Do you think that was a publicity stunt?
Dude, if it was not his idea because that's too good.
Is it?
Well, dude, it's
Well,
such a brilliant pocket where it's so fucking stupid that
Yeah.
the only reason you believe it's happening is because it's DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Which to me makes me think the opposite way, that there's no way he could do that and then also be smart enough to make that idea.
That's true. I guess the reason it's believable is because of the way he is. So
Exactly. That's the only reason people were transfixed. They're like, dude, DJ Khaled lost at sea.
yeah,
What a disaster.
yeah. What an interesting man, that guy.
Sometimes when you're lost and you don't have your chauffeur on hand, like he's been there every day of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, if you can't find a map, make a new one.
Can you imagine he's getting his ass beat and he's just trying to inspire him the whole time? They're kicking him while he's down. He's
A video of
sometimes
DJ Khaled getting
life
jumped.
kicks you while you're down.
It's like him just getting his ass kicked and people are recording it. He's just on the ground going but remember, when you get up, you'll be stronger than ever.
then the people kicking him are like, not if I break your fucking
It's like,
jaw.
shut the fuck up, Khaled.
Yeah.
You fucked my sister. Just kicking him.
Yeah, it's actually a valid reason. A Khaled reason.
Shut up. You killed my cat, you asshole.
DJ Khaled, the cat murderer.
There's something just off the cuff like that.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my worst fears, being lost at sea. Could you imagine? I would not be inspiring anyone if I was in that
I
situation.
could think of way worse things. That's why if I was lost
Could
at sea,
you?
I would start thinking about the worst things that could be happening.
You actually honestly think. Well, I guess being on a boat.
If I was in a burning building and I was about to burn to death, I'd probably be a lot more scared than dying at sea.
Sure. Sure.
So there you go. Easy one right there.
But
Do you want another example? I can think of one off the top of my head.
Okay, but listen to this. Like, being in a boat, I guess, isn't that scary. But like, picture falling off a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean.
You can just say the Titanic.
Well, that's not scary.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they could suck.
You know
it
what?
up.
Fair play. Like,
Yeah. No.
If everybody's in the same boat, then it's not that scary.
Yeah. No, but okay, but like if you, at least you're in solidarity.
Solidarity. I will
all these
say,
people.
dude, I almost do feel like that if I was with the boys, I could almost do anything. In any situation, but as long as they were there with me suffering through it, we'd all just be like, all right, this is what's happening. This is what's going down.
All linked arms like otters do.
We're all going to die together at the same time.
Did you know that? Otters, they like link arms. They don't float apart.
Really?
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know.
Oh man, that just shows how strong their family bonds are.
I know.
Until I look it up and I find that like if one of them's
full
too
of
weak,
shit.
no, if one of them's too weak, they just kill them and like drown them in the water.
I don't think so.
They're so cute. They just look over and there's just a family of otters killing like a weak kid.
Oh no. Yeah, or like if they
You'll
accidentally
never
let
make
go.
it through the winter.
Or like some of them, they're like, they try to latch onto the other. They're like, I don't want to touch you.
Oh, and then there's family conflict.
Yeah, don't
Stop
touch me.
touching me.
You can't link with us.
Could somebody please go between the brother and sister?
The popular otters are all like, you can't link with us.
You're fucking lame.
Yeah.
We all saw what you did at the last prom.
At Otter Prom.
You fell at the dance party and embarrassed yourself.
Yeah.
Your girl left you. Took it up with Kevin instead.
Yeah.
And look at them. They're linking arms over there. What are you doing?
Yeah. No. Yeah, you can get through anything. That's what I've learned from otters. That's something DJ Khaled would say. There's a lot you can learn from otters.
And that's how we segue back into DJ
And that's
Khaled.
how we get back we the best.
Buy yourself a house.
Yeah.
A car. Get your mom a car.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So something funny. So last episode, my brother was on, and I noticed we were technically like, I wore a like Santa hat for our like picture we usually take before filming. And so essentially, I think my plan was to kind of make it like holiday themed. And I realized we didn't like talk at all.
We did not talk about Christmas once.
Christmas.
Should we do a post-mortem now?
Hanukkah. We didn't talk about any of that.
Should we talk about it after the fact, after everything's died down?
So this is the Christmas special.
You know what, though?
Featuring DJ Khaled.
But dude, this is the Christmas special everybody wanted.
Yeah. Because
let's be honest, Christmas was pretty lame, at least for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no family dinners, no.
That asshole Santa was going around giving everyone COVID-19.
Prick.
He's a super spreader. He wasn't socially distancing at all.
Do what? And dude, reindeer spread it worse than minks.
Yeah,
you gotta. So he had to kill all the reindeer too. Couldn't get those gifts,
and they all got COVID
to all the houses in time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rudolph.
No, it wasn't that fun. Usually I go have some fun. Okay, that sounded weird. Usually I visit my grandma. I was about to say go have some fun with my grandma.
When it's Christmas, I usually like to go off and have some fun.
I always have some fun with my grandma. I guess that's not. Not true. I guess.
No, Jamie likes to go get some action at the moon.
Okay, don't say get action after I said that.
Please don't mix worlds for me.
Yeah. Also, by the way, the moon is a reference to a bar. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, we call a bar
here
in
though?
Sarnia.
But then again, it's a double play on words because maybe people that are into astrological signs in our show might appreciate a little bit of astrology.
Yeah, astronomy.
Astronomy.
Yeah. I like getting action on the moon.
I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of Venus?
Have you ever heard of my penis?
That's a solid segue.
Yeah. Now, let's start talking about my penis.
You like astrology, babe?
That's #1 pickup line right there.
I feel like somebody's done the Venus penis thing before.
Venus penis. Well, they do rhyme. Somebody said that.
But I've never heard it yet. So I would say
that's fair.
This is some pretty OG content.
Have you ever noticed Uranus sounds like your anus?
No, that's a good one.
That's a classic. Why has no one talked about that?
Dude, that was public school slam talk back in the day.
Wait a minute. What's that saying where they're like, men are from Mars?
Men are from Mars, and women are from Venus.
I think men are from Venus because they have a penis.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Counterpoint.
Yeah, you know what? I hear that's a good book. And the whole premise is just
What?
where it's a real book. No, there's a book. And
Penis
it's called,
from
like,
Venus?
yeah, sure. Do you know what, Jamie? God. Okay, why don't we be a little more serious on this podcast, please? Trying to talk about romantic relationship books.
Ooh, okay.
God.
Okay, let's get real. Is that
And
actually...
it is called Penis from Venus. And it is. Thank you.
I was only calling out your laughter. It actually is
I don't like that you're just not taking this seriously.
Wait a minute. Is
it's a book. It's called like Men Are From Mars, Women Are
Right.
From Venus or something. It's just talking about how different we are.
Now, do you think that saying came before the book?
Absolutely not.
You don't? You think
He was so brilliant that he made that play on words, released a book, and made it worldwide famous.
Like, you're sure?
I mean, think about all, dude. He probably crushed so much after he finished writing that book.
Oh yeah,
dude. Can you imagine? You just like create this really wholesome romantic book, and you go on tour, and you just everywhere you go, you just fuck every night.
Yeah. At his book signings.
At his book signings, just crushing all this middle-aged puss.
All his book signing groupies. They're all lined up outside.
It turns out he wrote that book after being in a 5-year relationship. He's in the middle of like full tilt, just going on a book tour.
He's got all these groupies lined outside Barnes and Noble.
and then a lady goes up to Son and he's like, "Do you know what rhymes with Venus?"
It's like
my penis.
Ooh, that's clever.
And because he wrote the book, he has like a 95% success rate, and then a 5% runaway screaming.
Absolutely
success rate.
Is 50 Shades of Grey, is that written by a girl?
Yeah, it's written by a girl. Dude, it's totally a middle-aged woman fantasy.
Right. If a guy wrote that, I feel like that would be like creepy. Like that would be taken wrong if it was from a man's perspective of like a guy. You know what I mean?
It would. I would say yes, but it would also be really hard for someone to describe it the way a woman would, because she makes it seem really alluring.
Yeah.
The whole relationship. I don't think a guy could write that. Maybe they could and fully understand that dynamic in detail.
Some of them could. Yeah. I mean, some could for sure. I'm sure. I don't know. There's like...
Well, Jamie, guess what? They're from Mars.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the... Yeah, you're right. They're from different planets.
That's very planet phobic.
That's true.
Whatever you call that.
That's true. The main difference is that they're from Venus.
It's quite a gap to fill, Jamie. What, you're gonna bus your way over there?
Yeah.
You're gonna jump on a space bus?
Yeah.
You dummy.
But yeah, no. So we're back. We didn't do the holiday thing. That's something.
Oh yeah. So
very just a segue out of the Venus penis.
Well, it actually wraps the whole conversation together. We were talking about this solid 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
We're back, and okay, holidays.
So one gift I received that is cool, and I read something about it that is interesting. I got a weighted. Holy, my voice is cracking. I'm like a 13-year-old boy tonight. I got a weighted blanket, and
I did too.
And you did too. I don't know. They're very trendy these days, apparently.
And if we do have to go on a pee break, we're going to go ahead and slot in a weighted blanket advertisement.
Yes. We have gravity blankets.
Gravity blankets.
They're sponsoring us.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm totally
There's
kidding.
weighted blankets, then there's like crushing blankets. So they're like 60 pounds.
60 pounds.
People are just suffocating in the middle of the night with these puppies.
Yeah.
If you're under 150 pounds, don't even try. It'll kill you.
Yeah. No, weighted blankets are actually really popular. Something really weird. I read about them. I don't know. I was like looking stuff up about them, and I was like, yeah, like it's weird that they're randomly really popular. But like, you know how like initially they were like kind of a medical thing. Like I guess they were for people with like special needs. Like it's supposed to be comforting for, I don't know. There's like certain like what's the word, spectrum of autism where
autism and Down syndrome.
Yeah, so people like that, like us. Yeah, basically it's a comforting thing.
Erica said she's a DSW, and she said her one of her main clients, he's a younger kid with I can't remember exactly what it is, but he has something. He has a very severe case of like autism or something like that.
Yeah,
and he has a weighted blanket.
Yeah,
it helps him sleep and it makes him feel safe. Basically, he couldn't really sleep alone.
Yeah.
Until like he got a weighted blanket, because as we were saying earlier, it feels like you're being hugged.
Yeah.
So that gives him a lot of
it is
safety, self-assurance.
It is super nice. Like I've been loving it, but so anyway, I was just looking them up because I don't know why, I was just bored. So I was looking them up, and I actually came across something about them that like was weird to me. Basically, I came across a thing where someone was saying like, there's some people who find it like controversial that they're trendy, which I don't know how accurate this is, because like what, like I don't know, in my opinion, like big deal, but it's like they're like, I read a thing where like there's people on forums going like they're appropriating like able-bodied people using them. It's kind of like offensive to like people who need them, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, how? It's not like if you buy your own, you're like stealing it from them. They're
That's
comfy.
because you're not allowed to enjoy things anymore.
Yeah, but like I don't think that's a popular opinion. But I'm just like the
minority
of people that are angry
about that. The fact that
they
exist at all is a very interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like I want to talk to someone who actually thinks that way, because I'm like, what? Like I didn't steal it from someone who needs it. Like they're comfy. Like. If someone benefits from it, good. But like, you know
I would
what I mean?
say if you were walking out
use
about
it if
the
you
town,
benefit.
it would take you a while to find someone with that opinion.
No, exactly.
I think you'd have to like go through quite a few people before someone finally went like, "How dare you?
How dare
you
you
have a
have a
weighted blanket, bigot?"
Yeah, don't you realize? Like, yeah, I know.
You might as well just start slapping able-bodied people in the face.
Yeah. Well, okay. You know what's? But I did read one valid point. Basically, someone was complaining that the price of them they used to be like $80. They came out in like 1999 or something.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a big brand called Gravity Blankets or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like $200 a piece, but like the original ones were like $80. But the thing is, I guess if it like inflated the price, I guess I can see how it's annoying. But I don't think it did. Like you don't have to buy like the top name brand weighted blanket.
And not only that, there's so many factors at play that you can't just say that.
Yeah.
It's like, what changed? I'm like, did they get heavier? Did the materials change? Did the production line change? Like,
yeah,
you can't just say, oh, they're just more expensive now.
Yeah.
To me, that's such a very blanket, I didn't really bother looking it up statement.
No, I know. Exactly. So, yeah, it seems silly to me. I don't know. People like
and
to be
dude,
angry.
yeah, and if I like that, if I want like a more premium brand, I'd appreciate if I had it. Oh, and the other big question is, were those original blankets not for profit or for profit?
Oh, yeah.
That's also a huge factor.
Yeah.
Once a company wants to make money, maybe they have to sell it for a bit more.
Yeah. I'm sure like in the States, they would cost money, like no matter what. I know like some countries cover healthcare in different ways. So
well, I mean like not for profit, more in the sense that they any earnings the company would get over the year wouldn't go back into the company. So they're not really incentivized. They're just like, we're here to just basically, for the most part, be even.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, just like run flat on profit.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the pressure to keep constantly make profit
nice
is not as demanding.
that was sick.
This is an educated opinion from Austin Kelway. So anyways,
on this serious note, I wish I could burp on command, but I can't.
I can.
I've actually never been able to burp on command.
I really don't want to show off that skill.
No? Can you burp the ABCs? Can you do that right now? We take up like a whole like a minute of you doing that.
You're like, I want to hear this. Everybody shut up.
Everybody, yeah.
Benny, shut up.
Benny, get it. Oh, yes. Benny is back. We're in the cabin.
Benny's back.
We got our
Benny.
fact-checking ghost.
Why don't you look up if you're back?
Benny, are you back?
I thought it was funny, Benny. You don't have to be like that.
Yeah, fuck
prick.
You. Prick.
We'll get back to him.
You don't have to like give us a silent treatment.
Sometimes
asshole.
he complains about all the gunshot wounds in his chest from the war.
How he died, yeah.
From the war.
Yeah.
The Great Sarnia War.
The Great Sarnia War.
And now he floats around here and he's got nothing better to do except hang out with us.
Yeah. He's just a cabin dweller now.
He's like, damn, this is what it all came to.
Yeah.
I did all this shit my whole life, and this is where I end up.
Moving on. So Austin, I don't know. Back to I don't know, the holidays. So what else happened for you?
Back to the holidays. Well,
what else happened to you?
Well, my family dinner got canceled.
Yes.
I didn't see anybody.
No.
And I finished up Christmas, and I went downstairs and I played video games.
Yeah. That
and
sounds
I
fun.
actually will say, it could have possibly been one of the best Christmases I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it both sucked, but at the same time, I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with people. I'm tired. I don't want to work right now, and I just want to play games, and it felt really good.
Yeah, the stress kind of wasn't as prominent. You can just relax.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Like, oh, dude, it was great. And my Oma brought homemade cheesecake.
Ooh,
had some of that. It was pretty nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Not much to complain about, man.
No, I know. Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like this has definitely been the least. What's the word? Hectic Christmas, I guess, because there wasn't as much going on. Didn't have to think of as many people to gift because I didn't see them. Right.
Well, you gave gifts to a bunch of people.
I usually did, like, because again, like I would usually go to my grandma's, so I would see a lot of like family, usually once a year. So yeah.
How's your grandma doing? She doing good?
Yeah, she's doing good. Yeah. I kind of visited her like distanced, I like literally just in her backyard, not at Christmas, but a couple weeks ago, kind of briefly said hi, but it wasn't not the same.
Yeah, I know. You've always had a pretty good relationship with your grandma, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been good. So basically where we're at now, I guess the reason it feels a little stale at this very moment is because we're going into a weird here in Sarnia. Like, well, all of Ontario actually is pretty garbage. Like everything's pretty much closed, like lockdown.
Yeah, everything's closed.
We're in.
I know, but dude, I would say that people want to come here and be like, I don't want to think about the fact that that's prominent in every facet of my life.
That's true.
Although I will say introverts are probably going, I hope this shit never stops. Not only do I get what I want, but I have no obligation to do what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
That's I would say that if I was even more introverted than now, I'd be like, dude, let's do this until I'm dead.
Yeah.
Do this, no problem. See my family once every couple months.
Yeah.
When they ease up things a little bit, and then they're like, oh, never mind. Lock it up again.
Yeah. I mean, well, that is... I don't know what that. They're like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Right.
My friend,
lock her up.
People are losing their jobs, but hey, I get to sit around. Awesome.
I get to sit on my ass.
The whole world, yeah.
Fantastic.
No, I'm hopeful. I don't want to knock on wood, hey. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the next year brings, for sure. Things are getting a little, I don't know, perhaps hopeful for next year.
My goal is to be funnier. I need to be more funny.
To be funnier.
I want to make people laugh. I want to make them smile.
Yeah. Bring the smile to the to the children's faces.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I want to be like dude, when people are doing that freaking like comedians and it's not like, obviously it's obvious that a coordinated like comedy, like a Netflix special, would obviously be scripted and put together well. But the fact that like the people like that have their fucking shebang together can just go up on a stage and just be good at it.
Yeah.
That is a performance. That's like a they've spent their whole life perfecting that, and they're just really fucking good at it, and they can make every moment count.
Yeah.
I mean, well, look at us, dude. The last like 5 minutes have been slow.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because we're not bangers yet. We don't freaking. I wish I could just run full cylinder for an hour. Yeah. And eventually we're gonna get there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no. The thing is, improv has always been interesting to me because like, I don't know. I always like Whose Line and stuff. I always thought that was like really fun. Whose Line is it anyway?
Oh, what was that? Is that one of those freaking Jack in the Box things or what?
No, Whose Line is it anyway? Is no, it's like it's an improv show. So basically,
wait, on cable.
It was on TV.
Oh, okay, that explains why I never saw it.
Yeah,
okay.
like so. I always thought Greg Proops was really funny.
Enlighten me.
There's a few of them. I don't know. What's his name? The guy had his own show. What's his name?
He had his own show. I don't know, dude. I didn't have cable.
Guy with glasses. From
I was
Whose Line.
Secluded child.
Okay, well, it was really good. I don't know. I used to watch that all the time, but a friend of mine actually was in like a improv group, and he wanted me to join. And I actually regret not doing it because that just sounds so fun.
Dude, you should have done it.
I know.
You lazy.
I know.
Sloth.
Drew Carey. That's it.
Drew Carey.
Yes, Drew Carey. He had his own show and everything, but I think he was like the host of Whose Line for a while.
Dude, you should do stand up.
Yeah, it would be fun.
You should go be funny.
If you, I obviously preparing stuff would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, having a coordinated piece would be interesting. But man, the problem is there's also the expectation of people sit down and they're like, this is all I'm focusing on. You better be funny. Yeah. You better make me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
I've wasted my time coming here. I spent money.
Yeah.
This is my first date with a nice lady. The last thing I need is a gong show.
Yeah. Could you imagine how horrible it would be just to flop? Because every comedian has like a story like that.
Well, you're guaranteed to flop.
At least somewhere.
You have to, yeah.
Somewhere.
And
yeah.
The worst part, I would argue, is, dude, being there is the worst part. being in the audience, seeing it happen. Because I was at like an amateur comedy show a couple years ago. They're hosting them at the River City, and the actual act, like, because they have usually comedians have like an opening act for a show, and I think it had 2 opening acts and the main guy, and the main guy was really funny. You could tell he was pretty polished, been doing it for a while, but his 2. They were probably interns, like they just kind of showed up and said, "You're funny, make me funny." And they're like 3 months in, and they still suck. And I mean that in the nicest way, in the sense that I wish them the best. But wow, dude, they were on stage. He was doing like this performance, where he's like, like doing a visual cue and like trying to make everybody laugh while he's doing it, but nobody was laughing.
Ooh.
So it's just him on stage. It was a joke about like going down to tie his shoe during like a situation or something. So he's like down on the ground.
Hilarious.
I know, and he's like trying to like tie his shoes. Well, I can't remember, but everybody was just looking at him. And I was in pain just being there. I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to run.
That is actually such a terrible feeling. Is like the secondhand embarrassment.
I know, it's like I shouldn't feel embarrassed, but you're making me feel that way. That's how bad this is.
I know. It makes you a lot so uncomfortable. I actually used to like torture myself by like purposely looking up bad stand-up, and like, let me tell you, there's some painful things out there to watch.
I have lost my desire for cringe, because for me, cringe almost is just secondhand embarrassment.
It is.
You see something so dumb or so excruciating that it resonates with you, and you're like, I can't even. I'm already too involved. I'm too deep in this. I gotta step out.
Oh, I know, it's horrible. Like I don't know why I used to do it. I literally used to watch them all the time.
Boy, dude, we'd binge. There was a cringe subreddit.
Yes,
and we'd binge those videos for hours at one point. We did. Just embracing. And do what we learned is the best ones were the ones that were the least upvoted. All the ones that were like the top upvote were like some random celebrities doing something kind of stupid, and then the actual like people, the ones that people didn't want to see were the really actual cringe ones. Even for cringe, they went like, "This is too weird."
It's almost like it's unpalatable because it's so bad, even though that's the whole point.
Do you remember? I think one of our favorite ones is there was a cringe video where it was somebody at McDonald's and they were singing like a song, like one of those like rap songs. And you know how you see those videos where they pull it off and it's funny? It was like that, except the execution was awful. And they rolled up to the window and started singing, and the McDonald's employee just like stood there and stared at them. It was going like, why are you doing this to me? I make minimum wage and I hate myself.
Are you referring to that one where the guy's like comes in, he's like, I want Szechuan sauce?
No, that's the really cringy Rick and Morty thing.
Did you see that one?
No, it was a drive-through. Oh, dude, that was so bad.
That's so bad.
I actually almost stopped watching the show out of solidarity of my own embarrassment.
Oh, like stop watching Rick and Morty.
Yeah, because the fact that like there's someone doing that out there,
it ruined the entire show.
It put a taste in my mouth. And you know what? That's what happened on that show. Season 3 was just a whole like collage of just random zing words that everybody kept saying.
Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick. And after a while, I was like, stop doing that. You don't need to do that anymore.
No.
It's marginally funny.
Didn't what's his name? Dan Harmon? Is that the
They did do it ironically.
Yeah, didn't he say he knew that it was gonna be like the buzzword basically?
He said
he
made some of those zingers just because he knew people would say them.
Yeah, even though he knew it was gonna be like
he knew they were fucking
awful.
stupid.
No. There's another thing I remember that's really uncomfortable to watch. That one, it's a classic. That one, like, it's like a speed runner. And the guy keeps on.
Oh, dude! Awesome Games Done Quick, 2013, folks. You can look this shit up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the one scene where he's
I saw it live. That's why I showed it to you. I saw it while it happened. Dude.
Did you? You actually watch that live?
Yeah, I watched it live at the time.
Wow. And it's the one where he's like. He keeps talking the whole time. The guy's like, yeah. And he's giving him like one-word answers. And finally,
it's more that
he's like, I'd appreciate it if you stopped talking.
He was making all this random commentary that was just not funny at all. And eventually, the guy like doing the stream was just went, I'd really appreciate if you stopped talking.
Yeah, I know, it's so uncomfortable.
Oh, dude, it was so weird. But also the guy, the big thing about the Awesome Games Done Quick is the fact that it's it's a cringe gold mine because it's having 100 socially awkward people in a room together all try to interact.
Yeah.
And there's no way it's going to work out well. So every single year without fail, there's some crazy cringe videos that come out of all these just people that don't know. It's like it's watching two people that don't know how to interact attempt to have human like conversation, and it falls apart.
Much like this podcast. I'm just kidding. No,
I mean, we've had our moments, but
yeah, well,
I'm just saying, man. It's
Q 15 minutes ago. No, I'm just
Q 15 minutes ago. Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. But
now that's meta.
What was I gonna? I was gonna say something else really uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. I don't know why, but when I was I was so into that for some reason. I just thought it was so funny to watch uncomfortable things, and I just remember I went through a phase where the thing is, like, that sort of thing, like awkward humor, it's funny if it's like being filmed and like if that's like a thing that you're doing, but I would do it like for no reason, just for myself. And at that point, you just are awkward because like you're not even just playing a character, you're being that person in real life. But I don't know, like there's a few examples. I used to just like I would just try and make people uncomfortable because I thought I was playing a character.
Okay. We got to tell a story.
Yes.
I actually this is story time now.
Yeah.
So we were at McDonald's once. You remember this?
Yes, I
do. And Jamie and I, we did go through a phase where we decided.
But that was funny regardless.
I know, that was funny. But dude, the guarantee that it's going to work out is a coin flip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we decided, okay, we like cringe. How do we take this to our neighborhood? How do we get our neighbors in on this?
How do we bring the cringe to the people?
We have to bring it back. We have to respect the cringe.
Exactly.
So we went to McDonald's and we sat by these maybe kids. We were maybe 15 at the time, and there was like some kids there, maybe a year or two younger than us.
Yeah.
They were out there maybe on a first date with their ladies or something.
Yeah.
And Jamie and I sat by them. And
well, we weren't even like that close.
I know, we were just saying dumb shit.
We were by the window, and they were like a good 15 feet away, so they could hear us, but we weren't like super close.
We were not too far away. We were pretty close. We were like maybe 2 tables down, kind of thing.
Sure.
We purposely sat by them.
I guess, yeah.
So okay, and then we started doing like we were talking with it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we were 15. Okay, we were talking with a lisp, and we were trying to just seem as awkward as possible. We were talking about like Pokemon cards and just anything we could think of that we perceived as lame.
Yeah.
And we did that for a while. And then do you remember what happened?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah, you would go ahead. I thought it was great. I thought the execution was beautiful.
Yeah, basically, so yeah, I do remember we were sitting there.
And I remember he was giving us looks. Like the one guy there
the whole
was
time they kept looking at us.
just going like,
and we're just going like, I bought these Pokemon cards and it was so awesome. And like we were doing that. And like we weren't to preface.
It was
preface
lame,
to
okay?
preface. Yeah, it wasn't that funny, but to preface, we weren't like making fun of gay people. We weren't even thinking that, but he made it.
I know, he ran out of nowhere when I have to.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, to preface, yeah, we weren't making fun of gay people, but we were like going like, oh, Pokemon card, and like so basically, the guy,
he can't take it anymore. You
so
could tell he was
ready
getting
to
explode.
So the guy looks at us and he's like,
Jamie, he stood up. He like stood up out of his chair. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, basically, he's just like, or I think there was a couple words before, but basically, I just remember he's like. What are you guys? He's like, wow, like, what are you guys talking about? He's like, what are you guys like gay or something? And like, we both just like totally deadpan, like just look at him, and we stopped talking like all weird.
I remember you said it. You went, yeah.
We just look at him, and we're just like, yeah, we are. We're a couple, which we're not, to preface.
We were just fucking with them. And I remember because I remember this because you're the one who said it. Dude. In fact, I was struggling to keep it together. I could barely handle the deadpan look.
I was so deadpan.
Yeah.
And
you nailed it. And then you said, "Yeah, we're gay." And the guy,
like, "This is my
guy
boyfriend."
froze up and went, you're gay. And
we're like,
and
yeah,
then you went
we
back
are.
and went, yeah, we are gay.
We are.
And then the guy just he just sat down.
And he's like,
he didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, and then that was it. I know, it was gold because like he just silenced him. He had nothing else to say.
I just love that he just literally went, yeah, you are.
I'm like, yep.
That's all they could think of.
Yeah, that was
brilliant.
That was gold, I know.
And we did a couple of those, but I'll tell you this, guys. If you want to go out and try this, there are some times where
bring
people,
your mask.
The problem is if the people you're messing with or joking around with aren't stupid or are able to handle themselves socially, it's not going to work out.
Yeah,
because we had some times I remember we were messing with people and then they were just regular adults and they went okay,
yeah,
and walked away.
Yeah,
and then it was over. It's almost like the majority of conflicts in life.
Yeah,
if you just kind of say okay and look the other way, it just ends.
So I remember one time there's like a group of us and we went to, I think it was like Wendy's or something, and I think it was like Andrew, our friend Andrew was there.
Oh
and,
yeah, we were there with Andrew. Yeah.
And I remember I came in and I yelled to someone. I was like, hey, like, you left your tampons in my car or something. Like, it was so stupid. I was like really young, like 13. It was a stupid joke.
Emphasis on the fact that we were just juvenile.
Yeah,
kids.
we were really young. And then Andrew, he got so mad at me.
He was so
embarrassed. He like looked at me. He's like, stop. He's like, they're gonna think we're douchebags. And like, I just like in my head, I'm
he
like,
was so flustered because
like,
at
we
the time
are.
Andrew was such a orderly child.
Yeah.
That whenever things happened that were out of his control, he immediately went, "Oh, why are you doing that? That's against the rules. You can't just talk to people like that. It doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
Just completely out of his wits. Doesn't know what to do and flustered.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. On that topic, actually, there's this girl I went to high school with, and I used to hang out with her all the time, and there was another girl we like kind of knew, and she was one of those people who like you could tell she just didn't give a shit at all, and she's kind of weird, but like she was cool, but like she used to just do like dumb things for attention and stuff. I remember one time we were talking to her in the hallway, and she was like sitting on the floor, and all these people were like walking by and everything. We were talking to her, and then she just started moaning. Like she was just sitting on the floor. She's like, oh, as all these people were going by. And the girl I was with looked so uncomfortable and so embarrassed that she like just started walking away, like just instantly. And I was like kind of laughing, but like because I didn't really care. But like she was so embarrassed by it. She was like, I can't be seen with like standing near her. Like it was unreal. Like she was so embarrassed by what that girl was doing.
Dude, when I was one thing I did when I was 15, 16, because I would do it with my other friends too, because we were bored, right? Back then there weren't.
Oh yeah, what do you do?
There weren't as many things to do back then, like compared to now in terms of just media and entertainment. So we just ran around the city. So one time I was out with my buddies and we were by Krabby Joe's.
Yeah,
and because it was a perfect place to be because there was a McDonald's.
Yeah,
where you can get your cheap food, and then what we do is we go fuck with people at Krabby's. So one time I went over there, and there was a couple like on a date, like eating food inside, and I went up to it and I blew like breath in the window to like make it fog up because it was the winter.
Yeah.
And then I put "I love you" with with the heart.
Nice.
So it was like "I heart you," and I just like looked at the girl just like longingly.
Oh no.
And I remember like she just like kind of like was laughing, and the guy was unimpressed. Going,
yeah,
like, hey,
I believe it.
What you doing?
Yeah. Well, at least she thought it was funny, but she's like calling the cops.
I know. This is funny. It's only funny because my dad's a police officer.
Yeah. I'm only laughing because you're done.
Hey, Dad, do you want to go yell at my new boyfriend and catch some convicts at the same time?
Yeah.
Double whammy?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really get that embarrassed. I don't know. I just thought that was so funny to just be like uncomfortable, and
you get a little desensitized to it.
Yeah.
After you do it a couple times, it gets easier and easier.
I got a rush from it just being obnoxious. I'm
really happy we never went too far.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely did Nicky 9-door and shit like that. That's pretty standard, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of kids do that. Another thing I remember from high school that was really funny. There's this guy named, I'll just first name. His name was Derek, and we all used to hang out in this one hallway. And again, like near the end of lunch, people used to just do laps around the hallway, just talking. Like I don't know why everyone just be doing laps because my school was kind of in a circle.
Dude, same here at Northern. It was a big rectangle, so my buddies and I would just wander around over and over again.
And at lunch, near the end, everyone would just be kind of wandering.
It was a very
circles.
satisfying cycle. And the cool part was when you had other friends that were also roaming the rectangle together, and they were going the opposite direction. So you would have casual small talk with them every single time they lapped with you.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, basically that was happening. But I remember the one time we were all sitting in this hallway, and this guy named Derek, I remember he used to like shove fries in his mouth. Like he would have like a bunch of fries in his mouth, and when people would walk by, he'd be like and like spit them all over the floor, and everyone just like look at him like he was like
having the very normal reaction of that's gross.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the hell? And then like, but he would just do it like randomly to like people walking by, and for some reason that was just gold. Like we just thought that was so funny.
You know why? Because anything that seems out of the element,
yeah,
when you're a kid is the most Any amount of shock factor, I think, when you're younger is such a treat.
Yeah,
you know?
Which is funny, which is why I'm actually shocked you never watched Eric Andre. Like when we talked about that before.
Yeah, I've never watched the Eric Andre show. Andre,
considering like what we used to do as kids, that would be up your alley. Because
that would have been my thing.
Because he takes that to another level.
Yeah, I'm not quite like that anymore.
No, me
I'm
either.
definitely
but
more.
I still find the humor in it. I can see the humor in it for sure.
Yeah. You know what?
Putting
Maybe I
people
should
in
check it out.
Weird situations.
I've always been a big fan of Key and Peele and Whitest Kids You Know and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been my soft spot.
Yeah, well, I think you didn't show me Whitest Kids You Know, but you got me into them a lot more.
Oh, I watched every single skit they ever did.
Yeah, they were really good. But what's that guy up to now? Do you know?
Oh yeah, dude.
What's his name? I almost said Thurston Moore. That's the guy from Sonic Youth.
Trevor Moore.
Trevor Moore, yeah.
And just randomly Sonic Youth out of nowhere.
Well, no, that guy's name's Thurston Moore.
Oh, do you remember? Before we get into that, do you remember the one of my favorite videos that you showed me when we were younger was the Beck interview with that one guy from Sonic Youth?
No, that's from Beck. That's just the artist Beck.
Oh, I thought
the guy interviewing
him was from Sonic Youth.
That is Thurston
That's
Moore.
Thurston. Okay.
Interviewing Beck.
And
yeah.
remember, they were both just clearly on drugs.
Yeah.
Both interviewing each other at the same time.
Yeah.
And at one point he said, "Well, you know what, Beck? Everybody wants to know. Who's the real Beck?"
Yeah.
But like, just go past the music and to your life and like, who are you?
Yeah.
and then he grabs his shoe, takes it off, and throws it across the room.
And then I think he just goes like, he just has like a little laugh.
Interviewer went like, "Right on, man."
But, yeah, he like
That's great.
I'm pretty sure he just throws his shoe and he just goes, huh. And that's all he does. Yeah. Also, another part of that interview that's really funny. He asks him another question. He pulls out like this tape recorder thing.
Yeah, and he starts playing warbly music.
Well, no, it's just like and it's like all those horrible sounds, and then he just like turns it off, puts it in his pocket. He's like, "Wow." The interviewer is like, "Wow,
that was powerful,
awesome."
And as I said, the interviewer is just as blasted on whatever he had as he is.
Oh yeah.
So the interviewer is just on board with everything going on. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah. Do you know what's funny?
Can't think of it. I can't think of a better answer.
Do you know what's funny? Sonic Youth is one of those bands that I've always like. A lot of people are like, "It's such a good band," and every time I try to get into them, I don't know. I just never got into them. I just like,
oh yeah, Sonic Youth.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're okay.
Like yeah, I the one song "Bull in the Heather." I like that song. I'm pretty sure that's the only song I actually like.
When I was younger, I kept mixing up Audioslave and Sonic Youth all the time.
Which they're nothing alike.
I know, but just because like the names were kind of similar.
Yeah.
I remember when people would bring up Audioslave or Sonic Youth, I'd be like, "Well, which one's which again? Which one had the singer from Soundgarden? Well, who was that?"
Oh yeah, Audioslave was Chris Cornell, right?
Yeah, Chris Cornell. He had like 3 bands, dude. He did Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was in Stone Temple Pilots. Yeah.
Weird.
It was a supergroup.
I didn't know
He
that.
made it after. I think that was his project after Soundgarden, and then he did Audioslave.
I didn't know that.
I know. I didn't know that either.
But he doesn't sing in Stone Temple Pilots, does he?
I think he does.
Because every song I've heard by Stone Temple Pilots is that one guy.
Well, like it's the one like their one hit song Vaseline.
Okay,
that might have been Chris Cornell. But all I know is he was involved. In Stone Temple Pilots.
The only song I really know about that was like Plush and stuff. I guess
their big song is like Vaseline. It was in like Guitar Hero or something. I can't remember, but
okay.
They were a good band. But
yeah.
So to get back to the beginning of what I was saying, Trevor Moore. So he's a comedian guy who like ran. I think he was kind of the front guy of Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I think he was like the.
I'd say so, but they might disagree, and it's their thing. So, but what they're doing now is because of COVID.
He was in the most skits, I think.
He was always the most. Generally speaking, he was a lot of the time the straight edge guy.
Yeah.
Or like the goofy straight edge guy kind of thing, right? So,
yeah.
Well, like a lot of the other guys, like they're kind of like either playing like the girls in the skit or the over the top ones, or Timmy would always be the kid and stuff like that. So he always came across as the kind of like the center of the group almost. But
yeah.
Because of COVID, now they're doing they stream on Twitch and like just chat together and shoot the shit. And it's so funny because they have like a cult following where there's only 1,000 people watching, but you can barely get anything in the chat because all 1,000 people are all like actively talking at the same time.
Yeah,
because they're all like big fans kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I feel like anyone who liked them really likes them.
Exactly, and they do like a Dungeons and Dragons thing together, and
they're
having fun. Yeah, I enjoy it because I've always been a fan. And it's just laid back thing where they're just dicking around and they're old now. And
this year there's actually a lot more of that going on. Workaholics. You ever seen that show?
I never did.
No, it's really funny,
dude. That's not a sitcom, right?
Is
it a sitcom?
is. It's I don't know if that's the right word for
Does
it.
it have a laugh track?
No.
Okay, then it's not a sitcom.
I guess, yeah.
I
No,
think
it's just a
requires-
comedy show.
It's a comedy
It's
show.
comedy, but it's they work in like an office and like they're just like dumb.
Okay,
guys
you know
who
what,
live
maybe
together.
I checked it out because I'm just tired of people recommending sitcoms.
No,
there's too many
Workaholics
sitcoms.
is really
dude.
funny. Workaholics is really funny.
Like there's like freaking everybody says watch How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Friends.
Community.
That '70s show.
Does Community have a laugh track? I don't
No,
think it does.
it's not a sitcom.
Okay.
It's just a comedy.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway,
Because you don't need an audience to tell you something's funny with the laugh track. Because
Yeah.
Community is actually funny.
Yeah. Actually,
You
yeah.
don't need an audience to reaffirm that or a laugh track.
That's like they have there's like people who edit videos of like Friends without the laugh track, and it's just so
It's
awkward.
awful. It's
like-
creepy.
yeah, the Ross, any scene with Ross in it without the laugh track, he actually just seems like such a creep.
Well, here's the thing, though. But the only reason it comes across as creepy is because they hold the shots for the audience.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say somebody on Friends will say something funny, and then they'll hold that shot for 3 seconds while a laugh track is happening.
Yeah.
So if you get rid of the laugh track, there's suddenly all these still shots.
That's true,
That is
yeah.
just the camera staring at them while they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I could see why, if Friends didn't have a laugh track, they wouldn't have those still shots at all. They would be constantly cutting and moving around.
yeah.
So
That's true.
The only so I
The
can
way
see
it's
it being
formatted,
creepy.
yeah.
That they say something, and then the camera just sits there and stares at them.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I guess that's fair. I never really thought of that. Yeah, because the way it's
You
formatted.
always cater to the content you're making.
Yeah.
right?
But yeah, no, what I was saying though, Workaholics, they started like a podcast actually, because so basically with my brother, he's the one I would always watch that with, because it's on like Crave, and he's like one of the only people I know who has Crave. I think.
Who actually has Crave?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, I might know a couple,
Well, dude,
but
the only reason you ever subscribe to any of that shit now is what content are they holding hostage?
yeah, like what
What
do
are
you
they,
like that they
Yeah, what are
have?
they looming over you that you can't resist?
And for him, it was Workaholics, which I think he owns all of them now, so he doesn't actually have to have it now.
but he likes the convenience.
Yeah.
Of being able to watch it without open up the DVDs.
Yeah, exactly.
So
just
he
has
pays
it.
for it anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Classic. That's a first world benefit right there.
Yeah. I think
I own
he
the
must.
box DVD set, but I don't want to open it up, so I just pay $10 a month to have it on instant demand.
Yeah. Well, he must like it. He must like it anyway, or he must like other shows on it. But no, anyway, yeah, they started a podcast and he showed me it, and basically because of like COVID and whatnot, like that's all they're doing. But it is pretty funny. They have like soundboards and stuff, but it's basically just them talking. Like it's like really, I don't know. It's not quite the same because obviously them unedited isn't nearly as
Yeah, quite as precise.
Yeah,
Same
like-
as us. We're not very precise.
yeah. Well,
Dude, do you know what I think, Jamie? I'm going to call it right now, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say in 5 to 10 years, we're going to come full circle on streaming.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is there's going to be more and more streaming platforms because everybody wants their hand in the cookie jar. They want a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And eventually, they're going to realize that the content is so split up, people don't want to pay for it anymore. So do you know what they'll do? They'll think of the brilliant idea. What if we have a streaming package where you
centralized one
where you
thing.
get 10 streaming services for the price of like 2 or 3 on a good deal?
Yeah.
Wow, what does that sound like?
Genius.
Cable TV?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna go full circle for sure. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put money on it.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good prediction.
It's all just gonna go to shit.
Well, yeah, because literally at this point, people are like sick of paying for like, how many are there now? There's like Netflix, Hulu,
Dude,
Crave,
there's so many.
Amazon, like
HBO,
Who even
Disney
knows?
Plus,
Disney Plus.
Dude, freaking Bell has their own streaming service now. Like
What?
when you I have their internet and they give it to you. They're like, here's our Bell fiber streaming service.
Yeah. Do they still offer cable?
I think most companies do, but
Yeah.
it's on its way out. They're not calling you up going, who wants cable?
It is, but I would argue, I think a lot of like, I guess people, like most people I know is like parents have cable still.
Yeah, but they're desperate. Like if it was someone our age, they call you up and go, fiber's $90 a month. If you want to throw on cable and a phone line, it's
Yeah.
$100 a month.
Yeah, phone lines are definitely out.
So they're just
I
at
don't
that
think
point
most
they're just like,
people-
fuck it. If we can get these young kids to just have cable for $5, we'll give it to them.
Yeah, I would say anyone like 35 and under does not have a home phone.
And at that point, yeah, I said like, why are you even talking to me? Get out of my face. Give me
Yeah.
the fiber, bitch.
yeah. I was actually
Give me my fiber.
Yeah, actually, we did talk with this on the podcast, the one with Kessia. episode 6. I think
episode 6. Oh, good year. I mean, good episode.
Good episode. Good episode.
It was a very nice wine.
Check it out. No, but no, yeah, I remember we were actually talking about like phone books, and I was actually blown away that cell phone numbers are still in phone books.
What? No, all cell phone numbers. No,
I don't know if all of them, but didn't
there's too many cell phones.
Didn't Cassia say like her cell phone was in it? I don't know. I could be wrong.
It was because she had a business phone number.
Oh.
Her dad used to have a computer company underneath that phone number. So sometimes she still gets random calls from old ladies going, "Hello, do you guys fix computers?
And she's
you guys
like,
fix
no.
personal devices?
Yeah. Oh no.
Do you guys sell Bill Gate? Do you guys fix Bill Gate boxes?
Bill Gate boxes. Oh no. Oh.
Do you guys make Microsoft machines?
Hey, yeah. Oh, this is topical. Did you hear about?
I've pretty much heard all these, by the way. Just random shit. They just try their best. They're just winging it. They're just like,
yeah.
What's computers?
You heard someone legitimately call it a Bill Gates machine?
A Bill Gates box? Okay, not quite. But dude, I've heard things like they're like, I have a Windows machine. It's got the Windows on it.
Yeah. What do you know about Windows? And then you're like out of context. You're like, well, you can look at them.
And then she
sometimes
says,
you gotta wash
and then
them.
I know you're trying to help him, and then she just says, I'd rather look out a window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shut up, Grandma.
Ooh, that's actually so painful. Like, okay, don't
like,
get me started on that. Okay,
when they like flaunt like the old ways. Is that what you mean?
Oh, well, yeah, that's annoying too. Okay, basically, yeah,
I
old
remember the
people
good
are
old
annoying
days when
in
I
general. Just kidding. Yeah, no. What really bothers me though is old people and technology. It actually bothers me so much.
Let's face it, we all have stories, but you can go first.
Sure, yeah. Well, okay. I'm just.
We've all got stories.
I'm just saying, and I doubt she'll ever hear this, but I had a neighbor, and she would always like ask me to help her.
Is that the old? She moved out, right?
Yeah, they don't live there now.
Yeah.
I don't want to I'm not a bad talker. She was a really nice lady, but whenever she would ask me to help her with a computer, I would go over there and I was like, I'm sorry, but your computer has AIDS. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Your computer's on life support.
I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like you I don't know what to do. She's like, why does this happen? I'm like, it's because you downloaded like Trojan viruses.
You
like,
shouldn't have clicked the free RAM button.
Yeah, I'm like, you probably shouldn't have like opened like all the random links. I don't know.
One day I gave my password to a Nigerian king.
Yeah, like literally, I would go over there and her computer would have so many issues. She's like, how do I do this? And I'm like, I'm sorry, just burn it. Just throw it out.
It's like somebody going,
like, I don't know what to tell you.
There's like a body and it's like, can you save him? And like he's missing all of his limbs.
I'm like, you should just go to trusted websites. So just get a new computer and don't do any of the stuff you did on your old computer.
My Paka in particular,
yeah,
he doesn't understand browsers and browser tabs. Like, you know, you can go on Google Chrome and you can open up as many tabs as you want. He can't process that, like the fact that you can have multiple open. So what he does is I helped him with this at one point, and whenever he has problems, my parents just update it. But we put the hyperlinks on his desktop.
Yeah.
So what he does is he's like, he's like, I can't even comprehend browsers. He's like, so what we do is we give him just buttons to click that would open up his favorite websites. And not only that, it wouldn't go to his favorite website. It would go to the one thing he likes on that website, so he can just open it, enjoy it, and then close it, and then he'll go, oh, I want to check out Facebook. And then he opens up the new hyperlink, looks at that for a bit, closes it, goes to his next hyperlink.
Oh.
Like, it's as very, very simple. I can double click something and look at an object.
Yeah.
And then that's all I can do.
Right. Wow.
Dude, the moment it gets even remotely more complicated than that, he shuts off.
Yeah. Well, I could bitch about my old job. I remember basically my old job, I used to kind of work for like a financial institution, and a big part of my job was literally like a lot of elderly people would come in and they would basically ask me to help them with their accounts and stuff, which easy enough. Most of it was like, oh, like you just have to reset your password. And I would basically like walk them through like, oh, just go to your email, change your password, then you can get on. Yeah. But you don't realize how frustrating that is sometimes when they have no idea what they're doing. Like I remember that there was a guy who came in and he's like, I can't get on my account. And he's like, "You're gonna help me," and I was like,
"You're gonna fix it."
I was like, "Okay, man, like I sure."
And you're gonna fix it, Mister.
I was like, "I'll try."
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's the way he puts it.
Yeah,
It's just very
like threatening. I'm like, "Okay, man, like
you about to go on break? Too bad."
Yeah, you can be nice. Like I'll try my best to help you. But anyway, he came in like all aggressive, and I'm like, "Okay, like, I'll help you." So he's like, I can't get on my account. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well,
what are you gonna do?
I'm like,
it?
well, do you have like a phone? He's like, yep. And he pulls the phone out. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, like, so what do you mean? He's like, I can't get on. And he's like, not specifying at all. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what's your email address? He's like, I don't have an email address. I'm like,
Jamie, just to clarify, at this point in his mind, it's nothing personal. It's just that he feels vindicated about the fact that technology's stupid.
Yeah.
And he's confirmed it's stupid at this point.
Yeah. No.
And he's just flaunting in your face.
He doesn't want to learn.
Like, of course, I don't have one of those damn emails.
No, exactly. Like he doesn't want to accept it. No. But the thing is, I was like, did you have an account before? And he was like, yep. I'm like, okay, so you have an email. And then he's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, well, okay. But I'm like, did you ever check your balances and stuff on your phone? He's like, yes. I'm like, so you have an email. And he's like, I don't have an email. And I'm like, well, what do you have? It was like an Apple phone. So I'm like, you must have an email because you have to have an Apple phone.
Well, you have to at least have an Apple ID.
Yeah, or a
Gmail or something. Requires an email. Yeah,
exactly.
So he definitely has an email.
So basically, after all this
and
horrible conversation,
he thinks you're a moron.
And he's getting so mad at me, and I'm like literally going like, man, like you do have one. And then finally, I'm going through his settings on his phone. And I find
and you found it for
him.
And
I found it. I'm like, oh, wait, here it is. I'm like, it's blah, blah, at Gmail. He's like, well, yeah, I have a Gmail. And I'm like, oh.
I don't have an email.
I'm like, oh, my God.
My son set me up with a Gmail.
Like, no joke. And he was yelling at me for like 10 minutes. And I found it. And I'm like, and he's like, well, I have a Gmail. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
The whole way through, he thinks you're a fucking moron.
And he's calling me an idiot. I'm like, oh, my God.
Email? What an idiot. Why would I have an email?
Well, okay, but it gets worse from here. So no joke. So I'm literally like, okay, well, so what we have to do now is I can just reset your password. Do you have a way to check your email? And I think even still, he's like Gmail. He's like,
Gmail,
he's like,
sir.
He's like, that's Gmail to you, sir. Idiot.
Can you stop saying email?
I told you it was a Gmail. So anyway, he's
that's hilarious.
I know. So I basically. I'm like, okay, well, can you check your Gmail? And he's like, yeah, get on. He's like, well, I don't know, it's your job.
Jamie, is this the part where he says, I'm gonna call my son?
Well, no, this guy was so difficult, and I just remember he's like, you, what? So I don't know. I'm just like, can you get on it? And he's like, well, shouldn't you be able to do that? Isn't that your job? And I literally am like, no, I'm not a hacker.
That's the bare minimum required for you to come to my desk, sir.
I'm like, I don't have access to every email in the world.
Dude, that's like you going like that's like you asking like, can I have your social insurance number? They're like, shouldn't you already know that?
Yeah, I know.
Dumb.
I know. You can tell he just knew nothing at all about it.
You don't already have my social insurance number ready to go?
It was painful though, and I think I finally figured it out for him. And I think he came in like 2 weeks later and already forgot his password.
And the worst part is he probably didn't even appreciate the help.
No, and he was
probably
like mad at
me
the whole time.
What an idiot.
I know.
What ruined my day.
I know, yeah.
All this stupid rants about emails and passwords.
It's so frustrating, yeah. Like, and I'm pretty sure I did figure it all out for him, and he still came back like 2 weeks later, and he's like, I can't get on again.
Oh, it's you again.
The idiot.
The imbecile in the finance.
This complete dumbass. I don't want to deal with this guy.
Oh, what do you think? I have an email still? Idiot.
I know. No, that's what I mean. It's all so right. Frustrating.
Hey, Jamie, guess what? We're out of time, buddy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I know.
I say that every time. I'm like, is it? No way. It's been an hour.
It's been an hour, dude.
Wow. All right. Well,
you better tap it out. By the way, this is called Real Neighbors, and we did hold our bladders. For God damn it.
We actually didn't say that.
No, we didn't.
But no,
it doesn't matter.
People know the name if they clicked it.
We know the name of the show.
All right.
And you enjoy the show. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. Love you.
Thanks for listening. Bye,
everybody.
Little bit.
Goodbye.